Ever wondered why data literacy is becoming a buzzword in the digital world? This is no mere coincidence. We're living in an age where data has become as ubiquitous as the air we breathe. It's in every click, every swipe, every digital interaction we have. And with this explosion of data comes a new demand, a new literacy that is as crucial as reading or writing. Data literacy. It's a term that has been gaining momentum, and for good reason. It's the ability to read, understand, interpret, and communicate data as information. Just as literacy allows us to make sense of written words, data literacy allows us to make sense of numbers in the form of data. But it's more than just numbers. It's about understanding what those numbers represent, what story they're telling, and what decisions they're informing. Now, why is data literacy so important? Imagine you're given a book, but you can't read the language it's written in. That's how it feels to face a data set without data literacy. You can see the numbers, but you can't understand what they're saying. And in a world that's increasingly data-driven, that's a significant handicap. Data literacy empowers us to understand and leverage data. It helps us make informed decisions, solve complex problems, and communicate effectively. It's the bridge that connects raw data to actionable insights. And in the world of business, these insights can be the difference between success and failure. But let's not restrict data literacy to just the corporate world. In our personal lives too, we interact with data daily. From understanding health reports to making financial decisions, data literacy can enhance our lives in countless ways. So, as we delve deeper into this digital age, data literacy isn't just a nice-to-have skill, it's a must-have. It's the key to unlocking the potential of data, the compass that guides us through the digital landscape. Because in this ocean of data, being able to navigate is not just a convenience, it's a necessity. Data literacy is not just a skill, it's a language that allows us to navigate the digital ocean. Imagine being lost in a foreign country without understanding the language. That's how it feels to face a problem without data literacy. Let's dive into a scenario that will help illustrate this point. Picture yourself as a manager of a local coffee shop. You've noticed a decline in sales over the past few months, but you're not sure why. The answer to this issue lies in the data. However, without data literacy, this information is as foreign as a language you don't speak. So, you decide to equip yourself with data literacy skills. You start to gather data from different sources, like your sales records, customer feedback, and even weather patterns. You then learn to organize, analyze, and interpret this data. This is where data literacy shines, turning raw, seemingly unrelated facts into a cohesive story. As you pore over the data, you start to notice trends. Your sales drop on rainy days. Digging deeper, you find that your shop lacks enough indoor seating, causing potential customers to opt for other cafes during bad weather. Suddenly, the drop in sales isn't such a mystery anymore. You have found the root cause, and you can now strategize on how to remedy this issue. Had you not been data literate, you might have made a guess at the problem. Maybe you would have thought it was the quality of your coffee or the prices that were driving customers away. But with data literacy, you were able to pinpoint the issue accurately. Data literacy doesn't just help you understand the problem better, it also aids in decision-making. With your newfound insights, you decide to rearrange the shop to accommodate more indoor seating and even invest in some cozy interior decor to make the ambience more inviting during rainy days. You see, data literacy isn't just about understanding numbers and charts. It's about transforming raw data into actionable insights that can guide you towards effective problem-solving and informed decision-making. With data literacy, you aren't just guessing solutions, you're making informed decisions. So, what exactly is data literacy? Well, let's delve into that. Simply put, data literacy is the ability to read, understand, create, and communicate data as information. It's the necessary language skill in our increasingly digitized world where data is the new oil. Imagine data literacy as a three-legged stool. The first leg is understanding data. This involves knowing where to find data, recognizing its quality, and understanding the methods used to collect it. It's about being able to sift through the noise and identifying the valuable nuggets of information. The second leg is interpreting data. This is where your critical thinking skills come into play. You'll need to analyze the data, discern patterns, relationships, and trends, and draw meaningful conclusions from it. It's the ability to translate raw numbers into actionable insights. The third leg is communicating data. Now, this is an art. It's about expressing your findings in a way that's accessible and engaging to others. It involves creating clear, compelling visuals and telling a story that brings the data to life. After all, data is only as valuable as the actions it inspires. Now, you may be wondering, why do I need to be data literate? Well, data literacy is becoming increasingly crucial across all sectors. In business, it's key to informed decision-making and strategic planning. In education, it fosters critical thinking and problem-solving skills. In healthcare, it helps in predicting disease trends and improving patient care. Even in our daily lives, being data literate can help us make more informed choices. Data literacy is not just for data scientists or statisticians, it's for everyone. Whether you're a student, a professional, a policymaker, or just a curious mind, being able to understand and interpret data empowers you to navigate the world more effectively. In essence, data literacy is the ability to converse in the language of data. Interpreting data correctly is like reading a map accurately. It leads you to the right destination. Picture this. You're an explorer, navigating uncharted territories equipped with only a compass and a map. The map is filled with symbols and signs, and your survival depends on how well you can understand them. Similarly, the world of data is filled with figures and charts, and your success in this realm depends on your ability to interpret them correctly. Data interpretation is not just about understanding numbers or recognizing patterns, it's about making sense of the information, about understanding the story that the data is trying to tell. It's about asking the right questions. What is this data showing? Why is it significant? What are the implications of these findings? Just like map reading, data interpretation is a skill that can be developed with practice. Start by familiarizing yourself with different types of data: quantitative, qualitative, categorical, and so on. Learn to recognize patterns and understand what they signify. For instance, a sudden spike in a line graph could indicate a significant event, while a steady decline could signify a trend. Next, learn to use the right tools. Just as a compass aids in navigation, tools like spreadsheets, data visualization software, and statistical analysis programs can help you interpret data. These tools can help you sort, filter, and analyze data, making it easier to understand. But remember, tools are only as good as the person wielding them. Keep sharpening your analytical skills. Practice critical thinking. Learn to identify biases and always question your assumptions. Like a seasoned explorer who knows that not all paths on a map lead to treasure, a skilled data interpreter knows that not all data is useful or reliable. In the end, data interpretation is about finding the truth hidden in the numbers. It's about understanding the story that the data is telling, the patterns it's revealing, and the insights it's offering. It's about making informed decisions based on these insights, and in doing so, charting your path to success. The ability to interpret data correctly is a compass in the wilderness of information. But what good is understanding data if you can't communicate it effectively? Think about it. You could be sitting on a goldmine of insights, but if you cannot convey those findings in a way that others can grasp, your knowledge remains locked away. This is where data communication skills come into play. These skills are the bridge between raw data and actionable insights. They allow you to translate complex numerical values into understandable narratives that can drive decisions. Imagine a world where every statistic, every graph, every chart is not just an isolated piece of information, but a part of a larger coherent story. This is the power of effective data communication. It's not about dumbing down the information, but rather making it accessible, relatable, and most importantly, useful for others. It's about turning data into a tool that can be wielded to create change and drive progress. Data communication skills transform complex numbers into compelling stories. Ever heard of data storytelling? It's the art of making data come alive. Data storytelling is a potent tool that brings together data, visuals, and narrative, turning rows and columns of numbers into a compelling story. It's like painting a picture with data, where each data point adds a stroke of color to the canvas. Imagine you're sitting in a meeting, listening to a colleague drone on about sales figures and quarterly reports. Now, picture the same information presented as a vivid story, where each statistic plays a character, each trend forms a plot, and each conclusion brings a satisfying resolution. Which one would you prefer? Which one would you remember? Data storytelling makes data digestible, relatable, and memorable. It's not just about understanding the data, it's about feeling the data, experiencing the trends, and grasping the implications. It's about engaging your audience, sparking curiosity, and driving action. Data storytelling is the magic that turns dry statistics into captivating narratives.